hard to forget. I never needed to be the loudest, never needed every eye. Some things don't need an introduction, some things speak for themselves with time. You might miss me in a crowded room the first time that we meet, but give it a little longer and I'm the song stuck on repeat. I don't arrive like fireworks, I'm more like city lights, the kind you don't notice until they're everywhere. I'm hard to forget, that's the trouble with me. I stay in your head long after I leave, not because I tried, not because I planned it. Some things just linger like perfume in the wind. I'm hard to forget. I like conversations after midnight, the ones that wander without a map. I like people who look beneath the surface instead of stopping at what they have, because the best things about me never fit inside a photograph. You have to stay a while to understand. Mystery isn't hiding, it's simply not explaining everything. I'm hard to forget, that's the danger, I guess. The more that you know me, the less that I'm like the rest. I don't need attention to leave an impression, I just show up as myself. Some people sparkle for a moment, some people glow for years. I'd rather be remembered than briefly appear. So I stopped trying to be everyone's favorite and became my own. Funny how that's when everything changed. Not every story begins with a bang. Some begin with a look, a laugh, a feeling you can't quite explain. I'm hard to forget and easy to miss if you're only looking for something obvious. But if you pay attention, if you stay a little longer, you'll find the best things always take time. Some people are a moment, some people are memory. Different girl. I saw a picture from a year ago, barely recognized her face. Not because she looked different, because she carried life a different way. Back then she worried about everything, every text, every turn. Now she lets the seasons change and takes what she can learn. Funny how growing up feels like letting go. I'm not the same girl, and thank God for that. Some versions are meant to stay behind, some chapters names. Some people keep old versions of you inside their heads, that's okay. You don't owe anybody the person you used to be. Growth is allowed, change is allowed, believing is allowed, beginning again is allowed. Here's to all the women who reinvented themselves without asking permission. I'm not the same girl, and thank God for that. I wouldn't trade these lessons for a chance to go back. I'm not the same girl, and I'm still changing too. That's the beautiful part. I'm not finished, peace becoming. Tomorrow I'll be someone new again. She outgrew what once outgrew her, and never looked back. Don't it? Change looks good on me. I think I'll keep it. For a long time, I was everybody else's choice. Then one day, I became my own. I spent years reading the room, trying to be what people needed, changing shapes, changing colors, just to feel a little less defeated. Always waiting for approval, always hoping they'd understand, until I got tired of living with my heart in someone else's hands. The funny thing about freedom is it starts with one decision. I became my first choice, my own voice, my own reason to believe again. I became my first choice. No more waiting, no more chasing, no more wondering when. And ever since the world feels different, ever since the sky feels white, the day I chose myself was the day my life changed. I stopped apologizing for taking up a little space, stopped shrinking every dream to make somebody else feel safe. Started trusting my instincts, started saying what I mean, started treating my future like it belonged to me. Nobody handed me confidence, I built it slowly. I became my first choice, my own light, my own answer in the dark. I became my first choice, and that's when everything finally started. Now when I look back at the girl I used to be, I don't feel sadness, I feel gratitude, because she kept believing even when she couldn't see what was waiting just beyond the fear. Maybe the greatest love story isn't finding someone, maybe it's finding yourself and deciding to stay. I became my first choice, and that's the best decision I've ever made. I became my first choice, and every dream I've touched since then feels different, feels lighter, feels possible, because it started with me. and everything changed. Yeah. Used to think I needed something to finally feel complete. A new city, a new number, someone sweeping me off my feet. But somewhere between the chaos and all the plans that change, I learned how to sit with myself and actually like the woman I became. Now every morning feels a little lighter. I'm good company, I make myself laugh. I know how to dance in the kitchen and forget about the past. I'm good company on a Friday night. Turns out the best relationship is the one I had with my started showing up for me. Funny how happiness arrived when I stopped chasing their company. I make myself laugh. I know how to sing to the radio like nobody's watching back. I'm good company, and that's enough tonight. Turns out the best relationship is the one I had with my good feeling, knowing I'll be alright. No matter where the story goes, I'm on my own side. Here's to all the women learning they were never missing anything. I'm good company, I know who I am. I know how to make a beautiful day with whatever's in my hands. I'm good company, and I finally see the person I was looking for is sitting here with me. Table for one, and I'm having a wonderful time. Buy the flowers, wear the dress, order dessert, say yes. Don't the love of my life showed up eventually. It was me. You know those girls? The ones you remember for no reason? Yeah. She walks in late, not trying too hard. Hair a little messy, but she still steals hearts. Laughs like she knows something nobody else does. Never chasing attention, yet somehow she gets all of it. Some girls wear the dress, some girls are the moment. She's a vibe, she's a whole Friday night. She's city lights at 2 a.m. She's a song you forgot, then suddenly remember again. She's a vibe, and you can't explain it. She's got stories in her eyes, places she's been and places she'll find. Not perfect, not polished, not trying to impress. That's probably why everybody's impressed. She doesn't enter the room, she changes the atmosphere. She's a vibe, she's a whole Friday night. She's neon signs and taxi rides. She's the feeling you can't quite describe. She's a vibe, and needed permission to become herself. She just did. Cool without trying, rare without knowing, beautiful without asking, free without showing off. She's a 5. She's a little bit wild, a little bit soft, a little bit magic. She's a 5, not because she's perfect, because she's real. Some girls are pretty, some girls are unforgettable. I like fresh flowers on Sundays, window seats on rainy plains, getting dressed with nowhere special, just because it makes my day. I like bookstores in the afternoon, coffee shops I've never seen, tiny moments most people miss, always end up meaning everything. Maybe happiness isn't a big thing, maybe it's little things. Little things, golden light through the curtains. Little things, laughing till my makeup's ruined. Dancing in the kitchen alone, turns out a beautiful life is built from little things. I save postcards from old cities, keep movie tickets in a drawer, wear perfume even when I'm staying home, because why not? Life's too short. I don't need a special reason to celebrate being alive. Sometimes existing is enough for a really good night. Maybe joy was never hiding, maybe I just slowed down enough to see it. Little things, the songs that find me at midnight. Little things, watching summer turn to autumn. Little things, calling someone just to say hi. Turns out a beautiful life is built from little things. The older I get, the more I understand. The best days rarely announce themselves, they just quietly happen, and years later you realize those ordinary moments were the magic. Here's to the mornings that felt ordinary and became memories without us knowing. Little things, sunlight dancing on the table. Little things, finding peace in being able to love the life you're living now, without waiting for somehow. Little things, they were everything. Nothing extraordinary, just a beautiful life. They don't make women like this anymore. Walk in the room, everything shifts. I don't even try, it's just the way it is. Eyes follow, conversation stop like the air change. The second I showed up, I don't chase attention, attention chases me. Someone enter a room, someone become the room. I can't behavior, that's my nature. Too unforgettable to be temporary. I can't behavior, no imitators. You can copy love, but not the creator. Oh, I'm the original. of pressure made me diamonds, years of doubt made me fearless. Every version of myself was preparing me for this. Now I move different, think different, dream different, indifferent. I stopped trying to fit in the day I realized I was born to stand out. Become nothing to prove, nothing to prove. Used to wear myself thin, trying to be everything. The smart girl, the strong girl, the one who never breaks. Used to chase every answer, try to control every scene. Funny how life gets lighter when you stop needing to win. I don't need the spotlight to know who I am. I got nothing to prove, nothing to prove. No one to impress, no one to convince. I got nothing to prove, nothing to lose. Just living my life the way I choose. Some people still misunderstand me, some people always will. But peace showed up the moment I stopped taking that personally. I learned that every door needs me standing outside. Some things are meant to leave, some things are meant to arrive. The older I get, the freer I feel. I got nothing to prove, nothing to prove. No race to run, no role to play. I got nothing to prove, nothing to hide. Just becoming more myself every night. The woman in the mirror looks different these days. Not because she changed completely, because she finally stayed true to what she wanted, true to what she knew. Turns out confidence is quiet when it's real. No applause, no validation, no permission, no explanation. Just me, just peace, just breathing. I got nothing to prove, nothing to prove. The world's still turning and so am I. Hey, I got nothing to prove, nothing to fear. The best years of my life might already be here. Right now it feels impossible, like nothing's going right, like everybody got the answers while I'm awake at night, trying to figure out where all these roads might lead, holding on to hope with tired hands and tired dreams. But I've lived long enough to know the story isn't finished yet. One day I'll laugh about this, one day I'll tell the tale, one day these heavy moments will feel lighter somehow. One day I'll look around and smile at where I've been, because every chapter I survived became the reason I could win. I used to think the hardest seasons were signs that I was lost. Now I think they're just the price of becoming who you're not. The old fears, the old doubts, the old versions we outgrow. Sometimes endings are the only way to make room for more. One day I'll laugh about this, one day I'll understand why every wrong direction led exactly where I am. One day I'll tell somebody who's standing where I stood, keep going because the ending's better than you think. Maybe life is less about arriving and more about becoming. Maybe nobody really knows what they're doing. Maybe courage isn't confidence, maybe courage is trying anyway. Even when you're scared. To every version of me who thought she wouldn't make it, thank you for not giving up before the miracle happened. One day I'll laugh about this, one day the sky will clear, one day the things that broke my heart will make perfect sense from here. One day I'll tell the story of everything it took and realize the girl who worried most was stronger than she looked. Maybe this is the part before everything changes. She wasn't trying to be unforgettable. She just was. Silk on my skin, city and gold, late night reflections in the windows below. Everybody's rushing somewhere magic isn't rare. Maybe we're standing in it now. Maybe happiness is smaller and closer than we think. Moonlight girl, falling into life instead of waiting for it to arrive. Moonlight girl, lighting up her own sky like she was born to shine. The moon never asked permission to glow, neither do I. My own name. For a while I got distracted by who stayed and who walked away, who was calling, who wasn't calling, who had something to say. I spent too much time measuring my life through someone else's eyes, until one day I looked around and realized I've got dreams with my name on them, places I still wanna see, stories I still wanna live. I'm more than somebody's maybe, more than somebody's someday, more than a chapter in a story that somebody else writes. I got my own name, my own road, my own stars to follow home, and that's enough. That's enough for me. I still believe in love, I still believe in fate, but I don't put my whole life on pause while I wait. There's a world outside my window, and I'm not gonna miss it, just because the timing isn't what I pictured. Life keeps moving, so do I. I'm more than somebody's maybe, more than somebody's someday, more than a memory or a reason somebody stayed. I've got my own name, my own fire, my own reasons to believe, and that's enough. That's enough for me. About freedom is how quiet it can be. No grand announcement, no big moment, just waking up and feeling light, like your life belongs to you again. Maybe the best thing I ever found wasn't love, wasn't success, wasn't approval. Maybe it was me. Someday, more than the role I played in someone else's life. I've got my own name, my own sky, my own beautiful mess of a life, and that's enough. That's more than enough for me. Say my name, that's who I became. I learned something. Not everybody gets access, and that's okay. I used to open every door, give my time away for free. Now I know my energy is the most expensive thing about me. Some people see my confidence and call it attitude. Maybe they're confusing self-respect with being rude. I'm not cold, I'm just careful. There's a difference. I'm not for every imagination. Every room is in my place. Some tables look important until you build your own space. I stopped chasing opportunities that didn't seem my worth. Funny how things started changing the second I put myself first. What belongs to me finds me eventually. I'm not for everyone, and I was never meant to be. The moon doesn't ask permission to light up the sea. I'm not for everyone, and honestly that's my power. Rare things unavailable every hour. Some people want easy, some people want familiar. Some people fear ambition, some people fear the mirror. I can't become smaller just to make somebody stay. The right ones don't get intimidated, they celebrate. I stopped asking, will they like me? And started asking, do I like this? Everything changed after that. I'm not for everyone, not for everyone. That's my favorite thing, and that's my beat. I'd rather be unforgettable than temporarily fitting in. I'm not for everyone, I'm not for everyone. Don't need to explain, and that is pain. The sun never argues, it just shines again. Access tonight, how you protect it. Not for everyone. Never was, never needed to be. That's the luxury. I've got a suitcase full of versions of the girl I used to be. Some are folded in the corners, some I left across the sea. A little braver in September, a little wiser in July. 1,000 little goodbyes taught me how to fly. Passport stamps and midnight trains, strange cafes and different names. I've been searching half the world just to find myself again. Every city changed my heart, every ending played a part. Turns out home was never somewhere, home was who you are. I've watched sunsets through airplane windows, cried in hotel rooms alone, made decisions nobody understood, and somehow kept moving on. There's a freedom in not knowing exactly where the road will bend. Some of the best things in my life never followed a plan. Passport stamps and midnight trains, strange cafes and different names. I've been searching half the world just to find myself again. Every city changed my heart, every ending played a part. Turns out home was never somewhere, home was who you are. I still get scared of new beginnings, still get nervous when I leave. But I've learned that every chapter starts with uncertainty, and the girl who once needed answers now trusts the mystery. Because every time I jumped, the ground appeared beneath my feet. Maybe we're not meant to stay. Maybe we're meant to grow. Maybe every place we leave becomes a part of our soul. Passport stamps and midnight trains, old mistakes and new mistakes. I've been losing and finding myself in 100 different ways. Every city left a light, every wrong turn turned out right. Turns out home was never somewhere, home was always inside. Another flight, another sunrise, another version of me. Yeah. Right on time. Everybody's in a hurry. Everybody's got a plan. Everybody's racing somewhere, trying to get there fast. They're checking clocks, I'm watching sunsets. They're chasing numbers, I'm chasing moments. Funny how we're all alive but not living the same. I used to think I was behind, now I know better. I'm right on time for my life. Not too early, not too late. Everything arrives when it's supposed to. That's why I sleep just fine. I'm right on time. Some dreams took a little longer, some lessons hit a little hard. Some roads look like detours till I saw where they led my heart. Now I trust the timing, even when I don't understand. Because every piece eventually finds where it lands. The older I get, the less I rush. I'm right on time for my life. Not too early, not too late. Everything arrives when it's supposed to. That's why I sleep just fine. I'm right on time. Maybe success isn't a finish line. Maybe love isn't a race. Maybe happiness is waking up and liking your own pace. Maybe the secret isn't getting there. Maybe the secret is enjoying the way. I don't compare timelines anymore. Mine looks beautiful from here. I'm right on time for my life. Every goodbye, every surprise, every twist, every turn brought me exactly here. And honestly, I wouldn't change a thing. I'm right on time. The clock was never against me. Everybody kept asking, what if it doesn't work? She never asked that. She said yes to the plane ticket, yes to the crazy dream, yes to the version of herself nobody else could see. She said yes to starting over, Yes to being misunderstood. Yes to all the things that scared her most, because she knew she should. The world keeps changing, so does she. That's the beauty of it. She said yes to the life she wanted. Yes to the risk and the unknown. Yes to becoming somebody she'd be proud to know. Everybody waits, everybody doubts, everybody wonders how it works out. She just says yes and figures it out. Some people need guarantees, some people need a sign. She just needs a feeling that something bigger's on the line. She's not reckless, she's alive. There's a difference and she smiles every time she chooses growth instead of comfort. She said yes to the life she wanted. Yes to the road less traveled. Yes to the future she imagined long before it happened. Years from now she'll look back at the version standing here and thank her for being brave enough to trust herself before the evidence appeared. Sometimes the best decisions don't make sense at first. Sometimes the biggest miracles start with one word. She said yes when everyone else hesitated. Yes when everyone else waited. Yes when everyone else needed proof. She trusted her truth. She said yes, and her whole life changed. One word, one choice, one life. Yes. She stopped asking, what if I fail? And started asking, what if I fly? The girl who stayed. There were nights I almost gave up, packed my dreams inside a box, told myself maybe it's over, maybe this is where it stops. Watched the world keep moving forward while I felt a step behind, smiling on the outside while fighting in my mind. Nobody saw the battles, nobody knew the cost, but I stayed when it would have been easier to leave. I stayed when I stopped believing in me. And every time life knocked me down, I found a way somehow. I'm not here because I'm lucky, I'm here because I stayed. I remember all the questions, all the roads that disappeared, all the moments I was certain that my biggest dreams were weird. But something deeper kept on pulling, like a voice beneath the noise, saying one more day, one more step, keep going. So I stayed when it would have been easier to run. I stayed long enough to see what I'd become, and every scar I tried to hide turned into a map somehow. so easy, and I smile because they never saw the versions of me breaking quietly. The tears, the doubt, the lonely roads, the doors that wouldn't open, the mornings I got up anyway. Maybe strength isn't never falling, maybe strength is standing up again when nobody would blame you for staying on the ground. I stayed through every season of my life. I stayed through every goodbye and every fight. And now the girl who almost quit feels like somebody else, because the woman standing here today finally knows herself. I stayed, I stayed, I stayed. Not the smartest, not the luckiest, not the chosen one. Just the girl who stayed. Just the girl who stayed.